Good morning, Uncle Cliff. It is, I guess this is June 1st, 2019, and that's the asparagus bed over there, of course. I'll go over there and look at it in a second, because everything's coming up really good, the new plants we planted. So yesterday we got a Liberty apple tree in the mail, and Liberty is known for very strong disease resistance. Like, you can pretty much raise these apples organically. We got to figure all that out, but I think it's going to work. Anyway, so it's just a little guy, as you can see. It's got a stake beside it, but we're going to finish staking that today. And then I'm measuring out 16 feet because we're supposed to get an enterprise apple tree in today. And there's 16 feet. Okay, so let me put this bucket down here to mark the spot. That's where we're going to plant it. I'll go here and look at it. And these are gorgeous, deep red apples. And they say they have a wonderful flavor, but you've really got to make sure they ripen good. Even just a little bit off, and they're not going to be sweet. These are our leftovers. We still need to get the bed extended so we can put those in the ground. They're coming up pretty good. I'm slowly getting the dirt filled in here. This one finally came up. I thought it was dead. We hadn't put enough dirt on it, and so it had, I came up here one day and the roots were exposed, and so I got them covered up again and started watering it, and came back the next day or a few days later, and that thing's about 10 inches long, almost a foot. And then those are still doing good. I've got one more I got to fill in here on the end. I might get to that now. It's coming up. That's one that we had to put a new plant in this year, a new root system. And it's a spindly thing, but they always are the first year. The more dirt you put around it, the stronger they become and the bigger the stems are, like those. So we're going to get that planted, or the dirt filled in around it. Barry's in the RTV down there. I think he's coming back this way to help me with this staking process. The raised beds are doing pretty good. I found a bunch of inchworms in the middle one there. Got as many out as I could. They were eating the marigold, which doesn't make sense because the marigold's supposed to be there to deter insects, which I know that works because I've done it before. But they love that marigold. They weren't eating the flowers because there aren't any flowers yet. They were eating the leaves. And then I checked on the bees yesterday, the beehive down there. All I did was lift the lid on that upper box, because they've got the super glued down to the bottom box, so we'll have to get a tool to loosen it up so you can see. But I'm just surprised there's no progress in the super, and it was on there all last summer and all this spring, and there should be honey flow right now. We got tons of clover and honeysuckle everywhere. So I don't understand. They must be fighting something. I don't know if it's the varroa mite or what it is. Anyway, that is the hatching box there. I think I showed you that before. There's the tractor. We'll zoom up on that a little bit. That has been so helpful. Right now we're trying to get a part for the bush hog over there fixed so and connected again. I've got to get to the back 40 because it's way overgrown back there. I don't know if you can see it. I'll zoom up a little bit. But it is. Back there, it's really bad. And it has just not stopped raining. And this rain, it makes it so, boggy back there. We can't take the tractor when it's like that because it creates real deep ruts. So we finally have a break in the rain, and now the part's broken. So I'm hoping we get that maybe today and get started on that again. Here comes Barry. Well, what'd he do? He's stopping in the middle of the trail. Something must have fell. What's he doing? And trying to think what other news we have. We're working on the apartment above the garage, and we ripped out the carpet and found a bunch of black mold over by the air conditioner because it had been leaking for a long time apparently. So ended up having to rip out part of the wall and take the siding off the outside on that part of the garage, and it's turned into a big mess. And the further we got into it, the more we found we had to do. So Barry's in the middle of that process too. Plus he's got to work on the roof of our house today. It's a metal roof. We've got to get it sealed up and get a special paint. We've got a special paint to seal it because we've had some leaks. It's like a rubberized type of a roof paint. Some expensive stuff, but cheaper than putting a new metal roof on. Hey, honey, say hi to Uncle Cliff.
Hey, Cliff.
Tell him what you're doing today.
I don't know. I'm patching the roof and working on the upstairs apartment, trying to get that ready to put a new floor in. Had to totally take a bunch of wood out because it's rotten. Found some termites. It's been a mess. We're getting it done.